Today, China officially revealed what it calls its most lethal air-launched ballistic missile yet, the JL-1 or JL-1. JL meaning thunderbolt. Before anyone gets confused, this is not the old and retired JL-1 or Julong-1 submarine-launched ballistic missile. Julong means giant wave. Yeah, similar abbreviations, so it's kind of confusing for most people. The photos and videos show a true air-launched ballistic design with hypersonic characteristics. At the same parade, China also confirmed the JL-3 submarine-launched ballistic missile has entered service. Quick aside on the JL-3, it reportedly has an estimated range of 12,000 kilometers, a top speed of around Mach 20 or roughly 24,501 kilometers per hour, and it can carry 3 to 8 nuclear warheads with yields up to 500 kilotons each. China is also developing next-generation subs, the even more stealthier, the Type 095 nuclear attack and the Type 096 nuclear ballistic missile submarines, upgrades over the existing Type 093 and Type 094 nuclear submarines. Now, back to the JL-1 or JL-1 air-launched ballistic missile. This missile is designed to be carried by the H-6 long-range strategic bombers, and it effectively solves the H-6 historic range problems. The H-6's organic range is about 6,000 kilometers, roughly half that of long-range US and Russian bombers like the B-52 or Tu-95 Bear. With the JL-1's extreme range, the H-6 can now reach targets much farther afield, including, in theory, any country in the world. Key performance details you should know. The JL-1 has an estimated range of 8,000 kilometers. It has a single nuclear warhead, estimated to be 500 kilotons or 1 megaton. It has an estimated speed of Mach 6 to Mach 14 or around 7,350 to 17,151 kilometers per hour. And likely it features a maneuverable re-entry vehicle or MARV or a hypersonic glide vehicle, enabling the missile for high-G mid-air maneuvers and unpredictable terminal trajectories to complicate enemy interception. These features combine with extreme speed, long range, and terminal maneuverability, a hard problem for any existing modern air defenses. So what's the strategic effect on the H-6 fleet? Well, the JL-1 brings the H-6 into a different class. Instead of being limited by its subsonic airframe and shorter ferry range, the H-6 can now project strategic strike risk at much longer range to any country in the world. That matters because China fields a very large H-6 bomber fleet, probably the largest in the world. Roughly 250 to 270 H-6s across variants. About 200 to 220 are bombers. Some are nuclear capable and some are naval strike variant. While there are 30 to 50 tankers and a dozen or so electronic warfare specialized variant, while the older H-6s are used for training. Compare that to the West, the United States fields 18 B-2 stealth bombers, 41 B-1 supersonic bombers, and 58 long-range B-52 bombers. About 122 strategic bombers in active service, while Russia fields roughly 131 long-range bombers, including 16 Tu-160 and 57 Tu-22 supersonic bomber, plus 58 subsonic Tu-95 Bear, while China's H-6 has shorter range and carries less payload than the Russian Tu-95 or the American B-52. That's why China fields so many H-6s. Although China's upcoming H-20 stealth bomber should address speed, payload, and survivability problems, but until then, the JL-1 dramatically upgrades what the H-6 can threaten. Bottom line, the JL-1 significantly raises the H-6's strike reach and lethality. High speed, long range, and a likely maneuverable re-entry vehicle make it a tough target for air defenses and a credible strategic addition while China waits for the H-20 stealth bomber. Final thought. The JL-1 doesn't just tweak China's bomber force, it reframes it, pairing an extended range, hypersonic potentially maneuverable strategic missile with China's massive H-6 fleet turns quantity into a much more credible strategic reach. That's a meaningful shift in regional and potentially global power dynamics.